Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rob. So, I want to go ahead and do part two of my series about the Illuminati, and for us to learn about who we are and the enemy that we're fighting, and as we come to the final lap in this war, the final battle, because that's what is taking place. There is a system about ready to take place, and it's been forming and forming and forming and forming, and it's about ready to just overwhelm the entire earth. It's called the beast system. And it is incredibly real, people. This is not a joke. This is not a game. This is not made up. This is not fiction. This is the real deal. This is not a YouTuber trying to spin some stories for some money. This is somebody trying to share with you the truth, so you will know the truth and you can prepare accordingly. Now, for us to understand who we are, who our enemy is, we need to dispel a myth, one of the grossest lies ever forced on people, and especially naive Christian people. We need to debunk this, that the earth is 6,000, maybe 7,000 years old, and that we have been on this earth for 6 to 7,000 years old. This is asinine fantasy, and it's amazing that people actually believe it. And you cannot understand the true history of who you are, where you come from, the war that you're in, and who your enemy is, if you are living by the premise that the earth that you live on is maybe 7,000 years old, and we've only been here for about 7,000 years, or that we all walked out of Africa, or we all came from a single man and woman. Okay, if that's what you believe, you're stuck right there. You see, you're stunted. You cannot go further. You are stuck right there. You are spinning your wheels in the mud, period. You know, I'm not here to convert anybody, man. That when I decided to do this series, I'm not going to preach. I'm simply going to teach, man. I'm not going to preach. I'm going to put the truth out there. You can take it, you can leave it, you can X out, you can go someplace else. The Bible tells the truth when people will let the Bible tell the truth. But the church has told so many lies, corrupted so many people, that people who consider themselves Christians are some of the more confused people on this entire earth. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth, man. So how did all this come about? Well, it came about from one verse. That's right, one verse, one little bitty line that was taken out of context and has been ran with for 2,000 years. Let's read it. This is from 2 Peter 2:3-8. 2 Peter 3:8. But do not forget this one thing, dear friends. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. Now, this verse, like so many others, has been taken out of context. It's not literal, man. Peter is being symbolic. He's trying to teach the people about their perception of time is not the same as the Creator's. And he's trying to teach them about patience, about not getting discouraged and not getting down and thinking that the promises that the Creator made are not going to come to pass. So what did the Christian church do? Well, I shouldn't say Christian church, but a particular church. They deliberately preyed upon people's naivete and ignorance. So they run all the way back to Genesis, and they read where the Almighty Creator says that He created the earth in 6 days, right? And then on the seventh day, He rested, not knowing what it really means, that it's talking about ages. Ages. So they take those verses, then they apply them to Peter, and all of a sudden, you've got a 6,000-year-old earth with 6,000-year-old people that have been only living here for 6,000 years. It is a mathematical impossibility. It's a mathematical impossibility, and it's not even remotely close. There is no way in hell that two people could procreate and come up with billions upon billions upon billions of people and only 6,000 or 7,000 years old. It would take a minimum of hundreds of thousands of years, if not more. And then it's genetically impossible for one man and woman to be responsible for all the races. You see, you have two sides playing against one another, and they're both on the same team. You have the church and you have the evolutionists, both full of shit and both playing off of one another, when the truth is actually hidden in the middle. Peter was being symbolic. That's what he was being. He was trying to teach. And if you are going to pay attention to the church, man, you're done. You're stunted. I can't help you. I'm a lover of the Almighty Father. I love the Son. I'll die for him. But man, I am so anti-church. I loathe the church. I spent 3 years of my life writing a website debunking the church because I know it for what it is. Let's look at some of our earth, and then let's just use our eyes and common sense, and let's come to our own conclusions, and then we'll go further, because I'm ready to go further. Okay, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Who built that? I mean, there's 3 of them. Who built it? Most of you have no clue who really built it. It's the same son of a you-know-what that are controlling the earth now. Their bloodline from way, 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 way back. No, I ain't talking about no 6,000 or 7,000 years old, because this goes way, way back. That's the reason I'm doing this video, because if I'm going to teach you, I'm going to teach you right. This is a pyramid on top of a lake. I even hate to even say the name because it's so silly, but it's Lake Titicaca in Bolivia. This is a lake that's underneath, this is a pyramid that's underneath of a lake. The water table has changed. This is Caral in Peru. 5300 BC minimum. 5300 BC minimum. Modern pyramids everywhere, man. Think about that as we go through the teaching. Why so many pyramids? Because quite frankly, from a practical standpoint, it's not very practical in terms of space. Think about that. Really stop and think about that. It's not practical at all. And you notice the capstone. Oh, there you go. More pyramids. Mexico. Modern pyramids. Modern pyramids. All over the earth, man. Everywhere. All over the earth. Pyramids in company logos. Government food programs. Businesses. And let's go to Japan. I want to show you guys something else. This is Yonaguni, off the coast of Japan. It's a pyramid off the coast of Japan. A beautiful, massive structure. Beautiful. One of my favorite things is when I first started coming to the truth was to study Yonaguni. Fascinating, man. It's just mind-blowing. This is a pyramid, a massive structure underneath the ocean, like so many structures are, because the ocean table has changed. Because you have to go back 10, 12, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 years, man. You got to go way, 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 way back, okay? All right. Pyramid on the ocean floor, people. On the ocean floor. Let's go over to Turkey. Göbekli Tepe. Mount Nemrut. These beautiful ancient structures are supposed to be between 12 to 14, 18, possibly 1,000 years old. Maybe more. Possibly, maybe more. And look at those faces, the hair, the hats. And most people believe they have no idea who those beings really are. But I'm going to teach you, because we're going to get there. More pyramids. More pyramids. Let's go over to the Grand Canyon. How long do you think it took for that to carve? For that beautiful canyon to be carved and the Almighty Father to allow it to happen, how long do you think that took? It's a long time, brother. I mean, that's a long time, and the Almighty Father let it happen drop by drop. How about the Himalayas? How about the beautiful Himalayas? 20, 30,000 feet high. Sea salt on top, because it used to be underneath the ocean. Yes, the Himalayas were underneath the ocean. There's sea salt on top of the Himalayas. It's actually bottled and sold, of course. You know, some company has got hold of it. How about our ocean? You think it's 6,000, 7,000 years old? It's ancient, man. It was created first. There are species in the ocean that are, in my opinion, possibly millions of years old. At least hundreds of thousands. So I think we've proved our point. We can continue to look at ancient structures, pyramids all over this earth, man. Beautiful structures, some for good, most for bad. And we can look at these structures and we can see that this is an old earth with people that have been here for a long time. And that was the idea, for us to know that if we're going to go forward and learn the truth, we cannot, you cannot live under the premise that your earth is 6,000 or 7,000 years old and you've only been here for 6,000 or 7,000 years old. If you believe that, I can't help you, man. I can't. All right, we're going to move forward from that. We're going to go on now to part 3, and we're going to really start getting into it now, deep now. I'm going to show you who your enemy is. I mean, I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull the mask off of this son of a gun and show you exactly who they are and what they really look like. So stay with me, all right? God bless you all.